All right, my little ponies. Who's ready for a bedtime story? How about this? Forget Me Not, written by Noakwolf. Rocking calmly back and forth, a gray Pegasus mare, dressed in a thick leather duster, sat in a rocking chair. She was laid back and relaxed. A fedora was covering the top of her long, blonde, dusty mane as she enjoyed the quiet day. The air was cool, and the town life around her at peace. It was a fine day. Dark clouds were above, and a cool breeze was in the air. Yes, it was a good day. Buildings around her seemed inactive. It was a slow day in this town, and she liked it that way. Though, across from her, two small foals came running toward her. One was an orange-coated earth pony filly with a yellow mane. The other, a smaller buck with a blue coat and a short white mane on his little head. Neither of them seemed to have their cutie marks, and by the look of things, they seemed to be interested in her. Deep down inside, the gray mare prayed they didn't come to her, but one could only hope for so much.
"Lucy!"
Both foals exclaimed cheerfully as they approached her. The sound of their voices broke her peaceful time outside. "Yeah," she replied, sitting up straight in her rocking chair. The little buck spoke first.
"Glitterchip told me you know an amazing story. Like, the bestest one ever."
"Yeah,
The filly called Glitterchip added.
and Conrad says I'm lying."
Duh, my dad tells the best stories. I bet Lucy ain't got a tale worth telling at all.
"Nuh-uh, she does too know the bestest story."
Glitterchip interjected.
No, she doesn't.
"Yes, she does."
At this point, Lucy was becoming frustrated by the continuous pace of the children's argument. So, sighing, she raised a hoof to silence them. "Listen, kids, I'm not too fond of telling the story, and frankly, I was enjoying my peace and quiet."
"But Lucy..."
Glitterchip begged. "I'm sorry, kids, I just don't..." Out of nowhere, she stopped speaking in mid-sentence. Something had caught her attention. It was a stallion, clad in a suit of thick, dark power armor. An army helmet and a red visor, along with a breather piece, covered the stallion's face. Only his red horn stuck out from the helmet's top. A thick duster, not unlike her own, covered the rest of his body. What was odd about him, though, was the fact that no part, minus his horn, was showing. It was all covered by thick metal plating or by the duster. Galloping at an easy pace, the stallion came up to Lucy and the foals. Lucy seemed surprised to see him, as a look of both surprise and confusion could be seen in her eyes. "What are you doing here? I thought you were gone on patrol. What are you doing here? I thought you were gone on patrol." The voice of this odd stranger was low and dull, yet stern and calculated. "I have completed a patrol, and I have acquired spare time." "That fast?" she added. He did not respond. Rather, he just gave her a simple nod. The armor-clad stallion looked down at the foals in front of her, who looked like they had been groveling before her. "Why are the young groveling to you?" "They want me to tell them a story, and I said no." "They want me to tell them a story, and I said no." The huge metal-clad pony sat on the ground. "I have acquired time,"
"Yeah,
said Glitterchip.
even he wants to hear the story."
Lucy looked back at the metal pony with a mournful yet nostalgic look. "Well, have you heard the story from when I was younger?" "Negative," the stallion replied. She rubbed the back of her neck with a sad look about her. "I didn't think you would have." Glitterchip hugged Lucy's leg and stared up at her with wide, adorable eyes.
"Please,"
she whimpered. Lucy felt down deep inside that she didn't want to tell a story. especially the one they wanted to hear. The only other reason she had told anyone the story beforehand was because a whole group of ponies wanted to hear it. But now, in the presence of him, this changed her outlook on the whole situation.
Please.
The small filly begged once more. Lucy sighed and made herself comfortable in her seat. Okay, but just this once. Okay, but just this once. Bouncing with joy, Glitterchip sat down with her friend and eagerly awaited to hear the story once more. A sadness churned around in her stomach as she spoke, and while it did take some determination, she forced herself to tell the story. Well, where should I start? Unfortunately for you, my little ponies, this will have to start tomorrow. Now I hope you both sleep well. Make sure Princess Luna visits you in your sweet dreams.